Hello, 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 and welcome to the show. And that's way too high, way too high. Hello, everybody. Yes, we are back again for another Hookster Talks on a Thursday evening. Yes, a Thursday evening. Now, someone's messaging me on Facebook. Let's see what they're saying. Okay. Right, hello everybody, and welcome to the show from me and Mr. TB the Bear. Oh, TB, what's that white stuff on top of your head, TB? It wasn't me. It wasn't me. He's got a bit of I don't know, white stuff on top of his head. Yes. Let's see if we can get that off. Yes, you can't have that on top of your head, TB. He's back. He's back. Everyone's favourite Lewis Hamilton fan. Yes. Well, we've got Spa this week. Spa, Frankie Champs. Yes. Lewis is going to win it. Is he really? Are you sure? Okay, then. That's his prediction. Lulu for the win. Lulu for the win. Anyway, let's go straight away, like we always do, to the F1 news and see what's going on in the wonderful world of Formula One. What have we got in the F1 news? Okay. Lando Norris faces a 10-place grid penalty at the Belgian Grand Prix. Lando Norris, McLaren driver, to take 10-place grid penalty at Belgian Grand Prix for exceeding power unit. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? What is going on here? Exceeding power unit element limits. Fourth power electronics unit of the season, featuring Mercedes reliability improvements to trigger automatic grid drop for reigning world champion. Okay, I think I've managed to sort of dissect that. They're on the fourth power unit, and that means that how many power units do they get for the year? I can't remember. But they've obviously exceeded their limit, and so Lando Norris, wherever he qualifies, is going to take a 10-position penalty. Now, at the moment, the McLarens are qualifying round about 6th or 7th in the races. So that means that Lando is going to drop down to about 16th or 17th in the running order at the Belgian Grand Prix, which I have to say for Belgium is a little bit of a disaster because it's a very, very fast circuit. So he's got a lot of ground to catch up on. Now, the good thing about that, of course, is that very tight turn one, which he could possibly avoid any melee that's going to happen between the leaders up front, because he will be way back in 16th or 17th position. So if he's sensible, he can actually avoid that. So yeah, if there's any kind of collision into turn one, he could be in the good position of being able to get past a lot of it. So we will see what happens. But whatever happens, he's got a 10-place grid penalty. McLaren confirmed on Thursday that Norris's MCL40 will be fitted with a new power electronics unit at Spa, which will be the fourth such element the car has used this season, one more that is permitted without penalty under F1 regulations. A fourth unit automatically triggers a 10-place grid drop for the reigning world champion from whenever he qualifies for Sunday's race. Norris will therefore start no higher than 11th position. I thought they only were allowed 3 units, so they're already on an extra unit already, and we're not even at the halfway point of the season? No, surely not. I would rather think that the other 3 power units they're swapping and changing, and they've just decided that for this race it'll be better to take a penalty. That's what I'm thinking, because they surely can't have gone through 3 power units already before the start, or before we've even reached halfway. Surely not. I mean, it's possible. I can't remember whether they've. I don't think they've retired with power unit problems, though, have they? But there's a couple of races when they couldn't get off the grid, weren't they, at the start of the season? But yeah, that's a little bit weird. That's a little bit weird. But anyway, Lando Norris will take a 10-place grid penalty. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What else have we got? McLaren confirms significant upgrades before the F1 summer break headed into the Belgian Grand Prix. A shock to the system. Why? This is exactly what's in my thumbnail for this stream. Why teams fear the worst with F1 2026 cars at Spa? Yes, I've been waiting for a track like Spa to come along, and I think finally now we're going to see whether these regulations are cacking awful or not. I was hoping for Silverstone, but I was forgetting that Silverstone, you have got quite a few, even though it's a very fast circuit, you have got quite a few braking zones on it. So that did manage to recover a little bit of the battery power that was required. But in Spa, there's none of that whatsoever. It is basically, I'm waiting for Spa and also Monza as well. Two of those circuits, they're basically flat out with just a few corners and chicanes to break it up. So, I mean, I can't wait for Monza. Monza is going to be an absolute shit show. It's got to be. But Spa also is a very fast-flowing circuit with very, very few heavy braking zones to recover some of that battery power. So, yes, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be the benchmark for the season's regulations so far. If we turn the clock back 4 months to the opening round of the 2026 season, many things in Formula 1 look very different from how they do now. They sure do. Kimi Antonelli had never won a race. Toto Wolff was still convincing people in the paddock that Red Bull would be the absolute benchmark, and Cadillac had yet to complete its first official F1 miles. A lot has changed, but one thing has not. Ahead of the race weekend, most media sessions in the paddock still revolve around energy management, much to the frustration of many of the drivers included. Fortunately, that topic has been slightly less prominent over the past few months following the tweaks introduced by the FIA, although it must be noted that this was largely due to the circuit layouts. At tracks such as Miami, Monaco and Montreal, there were enough places to recharge the battery. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to read the rest of that without subscribing to Autosport. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yes. A lot of these websites now require you to have a subscription, don't they? But anyway, we got the gist of it. Thank you very much, Autosport. And it's going to be, I think, a little bit of a shit show, which is great. I want to see it. I do want to see it. I want to see the cars completely running out of battery. You know, as you go straight down to turn one, you've got the very twisty chicane there where you've got to go right and you've got to go left, which has caught out many people in the races over the years. But I'm looking at the straight after that, where it's kind of a straight. It sort of curves round to the right, doesn't it? But I'm looking at that one because don't forget, if people have been heavy on the battery to try and get a good position before they enter into that first chicane, if people are trying to do that, then as they come out of that, they may only have, like, I don't know, 40% of their battery left, and that's a very, very long kind of sweeping turn there before you then get to the next chicane. And I'm pretty sure they're going to be running out of battery. And then as they come round to the final bit where you've got the really long straight before a final chicane, and then you've got another final long straight as well before you come round to is it Parabolica? I can't remember. But as you come down there as well, I'm pretty sure they're going to run out of batteries, which is going to be great to see. It's going to be a shit show, but that's what Formula 1 is this year. Yeah, it's a complete shit show. So I can't wait to see it. I really can't wait to see it. Yes. Really can't wait to see it. Right, let's go to the chat, everybody, because I don't think there's any more F1 news, to be honest. I think that's about it. Let's put the chat up. Chatty, 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 chat. Oh, here it is. Here it is. And everybody's here tonight. Look at this. Everyone is here tonight in the chat. Hello, Mr. Caledonia F1. Morning all. I think you may be the first one in the chat. I think you may be, unless the chat's gone so far up that I haven't been able to catch the top ones. But if it is, congratulations for being the first one in the chat tonight. Hello, Mr. Plynal Pessy. He says, congratulations to Kimi Antonelli on winning the Belgian Grand Prix. Yeah, I think that's going to definitely happen. Get H from Steps on this all season's rubbish. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I think I've got him on the list. I've done another one for this week, but I have got him on the list. Hello, Mr. Will F1, Yorkshireman's most favourite person. He says, get Josh's mum on this all season's rubbish. I should do. Get Josh's dad on this all season's. Yes, I should do that as well. Get Shane GPT on this all season's rubbish. Yes, now that's a possibility. That's a possibility. Because as I've said in the past, if you've spoken at all on YouTube and it's over 30 seconds long, look out, because I can. Yes, I can. But you've got to be over 30 seconds, otherwise it won't pick up your voice. But yes. So yes, if you're on YouTube, be careful. Hello, Mr. Rugara. Welcome to the stream. He says, goodness me, here we go. Yes, here we go. Here we go. Welcome to the show. Hello, Shane. Welcome to the show. He says, hi, Dave. Have you heard Classic Cars are returning to the F1 game next year? I have heard Classic Cars are returning to the F1 game next year. This, of course, was reported online because somebody saw a man with an EA shirt on, and he was basically sticking his probe up the back end of a Benetton 1986 car. I think it was his probe, but I'm not quite sure. If not, you know, it's not for me. It's not for me to discuss on their sexual preferences. But yes, apparently he was sticking a probe up the exhaust pipe of the 1986 Benetton car, which I think is great news for the Formula One game. It really is, because every time you go to anything that EA post about the F1 game, possibly going back 5 years now, you will find somebody in the comments saying, bring back the classic cars. Every single post, there is, might only be one, but there is one person in the comments that says, bring back the classic cars. And I know for a fact, looking through the forums, for years now, all people have been saying is, will you please bring back the classic cars? So it looks finally like that they've listened. Now this is a good opportunity to bring back the classic cars, because we've got a brand new game for next year, completely built from the ground up. So why not bring back those classic cars as well? They really did add something to the F1 game, I do believe. I did like them in F1 2020, as to say. And let's not forget, F1 2020 was one of the biggest selling F1 games, I think, so far at the moment. So a lot of that was due to the fact that we had a little thing called COVID and everyone was indoors. So that brought the sales up. But also because they did have the classic cars, and not just a couple. They had a lot of classic cars in F1 2020. I think they started it, was it back in F1 2017? Started bringing back the classic cars, but every year they sort of increased the roster slowly, you know, about 4 or 5 cars every year. And in 2020, it was jam full of classic cars. Absolutely jam full. Now, a lot of people will say, yeah, that's fine, but if you actually go back to F1 2020, the actual mode that you could use these cars in was very limited, and I would agree with that. And also, a lot of the scenario races you had to do were very mismatched, because sometimes you were in like a modern day Williams and you were matched up against a 1972 McLaren, which is very unrealistic, and I have to agree. So hopefully, I say hopefully because it is EA after all, but hopefully they can find a very good use for having the classic cars in game, and not something stupid like in 2017 when you were doing your career mode, and after about 4 races you used to get this bloke come on the screen, didn't he, and goes, "Oh, all right, I need your right foot for a little while. Yeah, I've got a classic race coming up." I mean, that was just such an EastEnders or Coronation Street kind of scenario, wasn't it? And it was, you could definitely tell they couldn't think of any way to put the classic cars in, so they just, sort of shoehorned it into the main actual career mode, and it didn't work very well. So, providing they can find a good use for the classic cars, then I think it will be very good for the F1 game. As I've said before, I am actually, for the first time in a long time, excited for this game, because it is being built, as I understand it, from the ground up. They're still going to be using the Ego engine, but I haven't got a problem with that. Because they could have just gone super lazy and used Unreal 4 or Unreal 5 like they did in the WRC game. And did that look very good, the WRC game running on Unreal 4? Not really. I mean, they've said from the start that engine isn't really built for racing games. So curious decision from EA there. Obviously, I think one of laziness. They couldn't be bothered to build it from scratch, so they just borrowed someone else's proprietary engine. So yeah, I am glad that they are still using the Ego engine, because there isn't anything wrong with the engine. The only thing that was wrong is that it needed a serious update. It needed to be built again from scratch, because there were still elements in the Formula One games all the way back to 2025, and those elements in there, because people found them in the PC version by going through the files. There were still elements of F1 2015, which was basically the game that all the other games after it was built on. Yeah, there were still files in there for like the Manor cars from 2016 and stuff like that. The files were still they're just empty. There was nothing in them, but there were still file headers with Manor cars actually in the 2025 game files for the PC version, which is, ridiculous. It just shows you that, every year they've just built on the same engine and just improved it every year. But now, finally, they have gone back to the drawing board and they are starting this one from scratch. So I think it's good news. I think it's also good that they've given themselves a lot more time to do it in. We do not want another F1 2014-2015 debacle when everyone thought 2014 was going to come out on the next gen consoles. It didn't. It came out on the PlayStation 3 and everyone went, what? Why? What? Because the PlayStation 3 at this point was right at the end of its life cycle. It was in its dying light. In fact, I think the PS4 had come out at that point. I'm not quite sure. I think 2013, wasn't it, the PS4? So yeah, I think it had actually come out at that point. So everyone was sort of going, why? A little bit as perplexed, I think they were, as Gran Turismo 6 coming out, at the end of the life cycle of the PlayStation as well. I think they were, a little bit shocked with that one. But the same with F1 2014. They were like, what? Why? So yeah, and then of course we had 2015. Everyone knows what a disaster of a game that was. Absolute shit show. No career mode, and the actual game when it came out was broken as hell. And but as a bonus, they said, here, after 2014 season, we know our actual game was shit last year, so after 2014 season for nothing. But that was purely because they didn't have time to do it properly. Clearly, because they were still doing 2014 and they were working on 2015 at the same time. Too much to do, not enough time frame, because they only get like 9 months of the year to get these new games out. So I'm glad that now they just went with the DLC pack for 2026. I think I've said it previously. I think there was only 10 people working on that 2026 upgrade, and now I think they've gone to help the others with 2027, and they will just come back to do any like patches that are needed on the 26 DLC and stuff like that. But there is not the full team at EA working on the 2026 DLC. No way. No way. There's probably just 4 or 5 people now working on that. The rest are all going full guns on F1 2027. Really will, says Mr. Regal. Always get the comments in early before the Hookster takes an hour to read them. Yes, that's the ticket. Yeah. These dreadful regs, says will be badly shown up at Spa, I think. Yes, absolutely. I think so too, Will. I think so too. I really do think so as well. It is Parabolica. It's just coming to me head. Yes, I know they changed it, but I think they changed it back. I can't remember. But yes, that is the Parabolica term. How on earth can Dave get me on this all season's rubbish? Ah, you asked that question, Shane. It's very, very easy. If you've spoken at all on YouTube, and I know that you have, because you've got your own channel and you've spoken on it, I can capture your voice using the magic of Audacity, which is a software program which captures voices. It's supposed to capture music, but it can do voices as well. And then I can then get that voice, Shane, and put it into my special AI robot machine. Yes. If you've ever seen Battlestar Galactica, yeah, the old one, or maybe the new one as well. You remember the Cylons with the big red eye that went woo 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 woo? That is my AI robot. So I get your voice, Shane, and I feed it into the Cylon robot, and then your voice magically, Shane, comes out at the other end. That sounded rude. Comes out the other end, and I can make you say anything I want to, Shane. Anything I want to. Yes, I can make you say. Yes, even if you didn't want to, I can do it, Shane. I can do it. These regs aren't dreadful though, says Mr. Rugara. Yes, I do like a different point of view, and there he is with his different point of view. Fantastic. Because Dave can do everything. I can. And most important question I have to ask now is, and it isn't about the universe, creation, how we were created. No, the most important question we have to ask ourselves now is, I've been on air for 27 minutes, and how many videos has Fix released? He's a lad. He's I don't know. He's mad drunk right now. He's just throwing them out. Will says, videos on your channel, Shane. Lol. Yes. Will says, they are awful, says Will, talking about the regulations. What videos are on my channel? George Russell is never win a championship, says Will. You could be right. Primal Plessy says, Top of the Pops 2000 is back tomorrow night. No one on there of interest aside from Jane Middlemas, who's hosting. Oh, Jane Middlemas. Jane Middlemas. Yes, she was a one, wasn't she, Jane Middlemas? This is all your fault, Primal Plessy. All your fault, you know. Let's have a look at Jane Middlemas. Jane Middlemas. There you go, everyone. Here she is. Jane Middlemas. Yes. How old is she now? She's got to be... Oh, there we go. There you go, Dave. There's your answer. 55? Wait, she's only 2 years younger than me. She's only 5, 6. Yeah, she's only 2 years younger than me. Wow. Jane Middlemas. Yeah, 1971. Oh, born 1970 or 19... Oh, she's one of those ones that was doctoring her age, was she? By 1 year. Lots of people do that. I don't know why they bother, but yes, they do. They like to tell everyone they're a little bit younger than they actually were. Very weird. But there she is, everyone. There she is. Jane Middlemas. Yes. Yes. Fantastic. And I presume this is her now. I presume. Because she definitely looks a lot older there. Jane Middlemas. Fantastic. Oh, Lionel Plessy. Lionel Plessy. Why do you do this to me? Right. George Russell will win the 2026 championship, says Mr. Regal. Well, there's a take. He definitely won't based on his current form. He might. Daphne and Celeste are on, but not sure if you remember them, Dave, as they were playing at Reading Festival that year and had bottles chucked at them. I've heard of them. Daphne. Daphne and Celeste. Here we go. Pop duo. Definitely, I must admit, I've only heard of them. I don't recognise them whatsoever. Active from 1999. Yeah, I wasn't into music in 1999. I've heard the name, but yes, I don't recognise them whatsoever. So they got bottles stuck to them at the ready. Oh dear. Oh dear. Now, Ugly. I remember that one. 2000. Don't remember any of these though. I Love You, Susie. No. No. But oh dear, I got bottles thrown at them. They're from New Jersey. Wowzers. The story of Daphne and Celeste at Reading Festival. Now they got bottled off stage. Phased but determined, Daphne and Celeste launched into 1999 hit Ooh Stick You, and their volume and size of objects coming their way only grew. Oh my goodness. That sounds like a complete shit show, doesn't it? Wowzers. A complete shit show. There you go, everyone. Daphne and Celeste. As I say, I don't remember them at all. I just remember the name. Just remember the name. Or Lewis Hamilton will. Hamilton has no chance because Ferrari exist. Yes. Is Paddock coming on the show again, says Mr. Regala. He's actually just sent me a message saying he can't come on right now. So I don't know what he's doing, but he can't come on right now. Blonde Please says, on Saturday night, the BBC Two, it's the big hits of 2001, and it features Kylie, Westlife, Atomic Kitten, Kerry had left and Jenny Foster joined, and U2. Boo! U2 boo? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Am I missing something here? What's up with U2? I thought they were fantastic. Well, obviously something's happened with U2. But anyway, I'm gonna go with you. Yes, because I'm gonna go with the sheep and go U2 boo. I don't know why, but I'm just doing it. There you go. Good God. I'm looking forward to the Belgian Grand Prix this Sunday, says Shane. Yeah, me too. Will says TMY going grey. Oh dear. Oh dear. Is he? Is he? How old is he? I think someone told me last week. Is he 32? 32 and going grey. That's not good, is it? That's not good. 32. Must be standing there doing all those crawl rooms that's doing it to him. Yes. Must be always love and adoration for the Cadillac team, even though they're doing absolutely shite. Yes, I did see his crawl room. Yes, well, I watch it every week, but I'm usually editing while I'm watching it, so I don't actually watch him. I listen to it while I'm editing. But yeah, I did hear him fawning all over Cadillac again, and I'm like, am I missing something here? They've done shit, absolute shit. But anyway, there you go. Yes. Bonjour TB, my favourite bear, says Shane. Yes, he says bonjour to you, Shane. Pretty knows me lunch. Saya hates Kimmy and Delaney, says Will. Oh no! Anyway, you saying my catchphrase there? Yes, yes. What a shame. Penelope says Lando Norris will never win a race this year. I think you're right there. I can't see it. The McLaren performance for this year is just not there. Not there. Maybe Pessy. Well, Lando Norris is 10th on the grid. He may be Shane. He may be even lower than that. Correct, Plynel. Even though Lando Norris has done rather well this year still. Plynel says, get Rachel Stevens from S Club 7 on this all. Oh, I'm going to write that one down because I haven't got that on my list. Well, I've got it on my other list, but not on my list of voices. Rachel Stevens. Now, why you've mentioned that name, Blind or Plessy, you know, it's got to happen, hasn't it? Rachel Stevens. There she is. There she is. 48 years old. Wowzers. Wowzers. Oh, 9th of April. That means she's an Aries like me. Yes. Aries. Yes. There she is, everyone. There she is. Rachel Stevens. What's she doing now? Looks like she's doing makeup tutorials. Is that what she's doing now, is it? Because I haven't seen her make a record for quite a few years. Quite a few years. Rachel Stevens. There she is, everyone. She's on all the socials as well. Instagram, Facebook, all that malarkey. All that malarkey. There you go. I'm a little bit disappointed they haven't come up with some decent pictures. Oh, there's a decent picture. There she is. Rachel Stevens. Oh, there's an even more decent picture. There you go. Anyway, let's move on swiftly before I get done by the YouTube police. Oh, God. Right, I've written down Rachel Stevens. Piastri and Norris take it in turns to do well, to be honest. Yes, they do. Get Claire Richards from steps on this all season. Oh, Claire Richards. Yes. Claire Richards. Let's write her down. Claire Richards. Now, you know I've got to do it, don't you? It's all your fault, Blind Plessy. I know, you know that, don't you? Going for all these pop stars, I don't know. There she is, Claire Richards. She's also 48 years old. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. There she is. She's looking pretty, if that's a recent picture, she's looking pretty good these days. She did go through a period, I don't want to be insensitive because, you know, I'm a little bit of a heifer myself. But yes, she did go through a period when she was a bit of a heifer. Let's put it that way. She was a little bit, but if that's a recent picture, she looks like she's doing all right. It's no secret that I'm a terrible housewife. Oh, okay. But yeah, there you go. Claire Richards. Right. Oh, gold. Chat's gone. The chat's gone. Something about F1 fanatics. What's the last one? TMI F1 Fanatics. Where the hell is F1 Fanatics? There it is. Get F1 Fanatic rants on this all season's rubbish. Now, I keep hearing this guy, but I've never actually looked him up. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. F1 Fanatic rants. Is that it? Is that it? Oh my god, this guy uses Canva the same as Jimmy Atkins. Canva, if you don't know, is a software program that basically makes up thumbnails. Yeah, you can do thumbnails, but this looks like Jimmy Atkins thumbnails. Let's have a look at F1 Fanatic Rants. I've never looked at his channel. 106k subscribers. Oh, he's actually showing his face, which I like. Well done, sir, for showing your face, because I hate it when they come on here, Jimmy Atkins, and don't show their faces. It's like, what are you trying to hide? What are you trying to hide? Who knows when some of these people on YouTube, when they're not showing their faces, what they're up to while they're making these videos. I'm not going to say any more, but who knows? Who knows what they're up to? But anyway, so he does at least show his face. What should we look at? Well, we need to get a look at the voice first. Let's have a look at the voice. Oh, he's done 4K videos. That's bloody amazing. 4K of videos. When did he start then? Oh, well, that explains it. 10 years ago. Wowzers. 10 years ago. The worst F1 game I've played, F1 2015. Yeah, he certainly got that right. Right, where's his most popular? Max Verstappen silences FIA, British Bias Media. There you go.
Hello, and a very warm welcome.
Hello.
Today's video, we're talking Max as he mugs Herbert Hill, the FIA, and a biased British student that is. The stewards are biased, and I'm from the UK, and I'll call them out, as I did all throughout the weekend. They are biased towards Max. Max gets treated differently to the other drivers, and we will cover that later. But it was a superb wet weather specialist drive up there with Schumacher in Spain, Hamilton at Silverstone.
Oh, yes, there you go. F1 Fanatic Rants. Yes, let's have a look and see if I recognise anyone in the comments. Oh, Mr. Joshy's in there. Mr. Joshy. Someone's, I think, just made a comment about Mr. Joshy. I just saw it on the chat, I think. Mr. Joshy's in there. Fantastic. Oh, Polish Eddie's in there as well. Wowzers. There you go. Polish Eddie's in there as well. Is there anyone else I recognise? Is there any of you lot in here? Eh? Is there any of you lot in here? Bloody hell, he gets a lot of comments, doesn't he? Now, Mr. Cool C2457, he actually comments on Mr. Jimmy Savile's, Mr. Jimmy Atkins videos as well. And that's it. There we go. There we go. F1 Fanatic Rants, everyone. Go check him out. Go check him out. He's made 4K of videos, which is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm nowhere near that. What am I on? I thought I was doing pretty well. I'm only on 2.8K and I thought I was doing pretty well, but obviously not. Right. Back to the chat. I suppose, Will. If you get time, Dave, can you look up Toy Story Retro Roundup and Toy Story 3 Complete Edition, please? Yes. Get Mr. Joshy on this all seasons rubbish, says Will F1. Yes, we need Mr. Joshy on this all seasons rubbish. Yeah, Mr. Joshy, he's followed me since I think pretty much day one. He was one of my very first subscribers. My first subscriber was someone called Lone Wolf, but I've not heard from them for must be 8 or 9 years. They used to be pretty active on the channel when I first started, but I haven't heard from them for a very long time. So they were my first subscriber, but Mr. Joshy, I think, was my second ever subscriber on the channel. I think so anyway. So well done, Mr. Joshy. Will says, no Shane GTP. What do you mean, no me? Poor Kevin Turner. He wanted to put Alonso above Vettel due to Alonso being greater. We're not talking about Sindbad and Toy Story again, says Will. Get Scott Robinson from 5 on this all season's rubbish. What's he been up to? Because you're smiling when you're saying it. I'm gonna write him down, but I might have to do some research on him. See, say the teams know how shit the regs are. I haven't mentioned Sinbad yet, says Shane. Goodness gracious. Another thing Dave doesn't mind me talking about Sinbad on here. Yes, F1 is not a real sport, says Lionel Plessy. F1 is scripted. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Don't tell Jimmy Fixit that or we'll all be in big trouble. We'll all be in big trouble. Audi and Cadillac help me out here. We know they're here due to the regs as well. F1 is a motorsport, says Shane. Pessy. The regs are absolutely fucking awful, says Will F1. There you go. There you go. Straight out of the mouth of Mr. Will F1. These regs are absolutely fucking awful. Yes. Caledonia F1. These regs slow down the cars on the straights. Yes, they do. Plant Player says, I saw a post today that F1 put up from 6 years ago that said, coming soon, the 2020 Vietnam Grand Prix. How did that go? How did that go? Absolute disaster. I'm very happy the Vietnam Grand Prix didn't actually happen because that was a horrible circuit. You can play it if you've got F1 2020 on the PlayStation or the PC, whatever you want to do. But yes, you can play that circuit, but it's quite possibly the worst circuit ever invented by man. Horrible. Absolutely bloody horrible. And on the F1 game, they didn't even implement it properly because the AI is just ridiculously fast. Yes. Yes. Vietnam. Vietnam. Goodness, Caledonia. Respect to you, though. Plumper says, I saw Kimi Antonelli was at Wimbledon the other week. Was he? Whoa. Whoa. Yes. Congratulations, says Will, to England on bottling it as always. I know, Will. I know. I've got a confession to make. I was actually watching that match. Yes. There was 10 minutes to go and England were 1-0 up. And I went, well, to quote the phrase from 1966, well, they think it's all over. Well, it is now. And I went, well, it's all over. There's only 10 minutes left. So I had to do some work in the office. So I came upstairs to go in the office. Now, in here, basically, I haven't actually got a television. I can watch, obviously, live TV, but I've got to go for all the rigmarole of trying to find it online and then trying to find which on-demand streamers actually playing it. And, of course, for the England match, it was the BBC, so that would have been iPlayer. But anyway, so as a rule, I don't bother watching TV while I'm in the office because there's no point because I'm doing other things. So as I say, 10 minutes left, 1-0 up. So I'm in the office, and then I get a WhatsApp from my sister, and she goes, "Oh well, that's all over then." And I went, "What? What?" I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "They were 1-0 up a minute ago." She says, "Not now, not." She says, "They're 1-1." I went, "Oh bloody hell!" And by the time I got onto the internet, got onto the iPlayer, and got the match up live, Argentina had just gone 2-1 up, and I went, "I can't believe that." So the reason that they failed, it could have been my fault. If I'd have just stayed and watched the last 10 minutes of the game, then they might still be in the championship. So I put my hands up and I say, I'm very, very sorry. It was my fault. My fault. As I say, if I'd have just watched the last 10 minutes and not gone upstairs in the office, it would have been fine. But you've heard of the butterfly effect, where a butterfly flaps its wings in Japan and that causes tsunamis in other places in the world. Well, it was me. I did it. I did it. I got England out of the world, and I apologise. I'm sorry. It was me. It's just really, really weird that was. As I say, I thought we're not going to stay for the last 10 minutes because England they've got it. They've definitely got it. And yes, unfortunately, they didn't get it, and they're now out of the championship. I also saw in the news about after the match that some very nice people were holding up banners saying something like the Falklands belongs to us or something like that. Anyway, I can't really remember. But yes, you know, never let sport get in the way of politics. Never let sport get in the way of politics. That's what I say. Yes. So that was pretty obvious that was going to happen. But yes. So I'm very sorry for England because they did well. But I have to say, in that match, a lot of people have commented as well. I mean, obviously, I don't know football whatsoever, so I'm not trying to be, a pundit now and going, "Oh yes, well, it was down the line." No, all I'm saying is they looked like they got that first goal in, and then they looked like they just gave up and thought, "Well, we've got it, so we don't have to try." And that is always a fatal situation in any sport. Once you think, it's in the bag, that's usually when problems. And it did. And in the last sort of half of the match, they just looked like they weren't even trying, and that unfortunately resulted in Argentina not only levelling but getting 2-1 ahead. So yes, England are out of the World Cup. There's been lots of tears before bedtime in England once again, and yes, it's all over. It's all over again, lads. It's all like another 4 years. Another 4 years. Has it really been 1966 since the last time? No, surely not. Surely we've won again since 1966. Surely. But I heard some people comparing it to 1966. I don't know. Perhaps we haven't. But whatever. We've got to wait another 4 years now. Another 4 years. Maybe one day we'll do it. Who knows? But as I say, I don't follow football. I don't follow it at all. But I say I am a patriot to this country. So I wasn't bothering with like the quarterfinals and stuff like that, and the rounds going through. I really didn't take any interest in that. But once you get to the semi-final stages, then that's when I start to take an interest, even in a sport that, as I say, I don't follow and I don't even like. But at the end of the day, it's England, isn't it? It's England, yes. So you have to be patriotic to your own country at times. You have to you have to forget the fact that you don't even like football, and you have to cheer on the fact that it's England. I've also done it before with rugby, and I don't follow rugby at all either. But quite a few years back, I think it was maybe 10 years back when we got really close, I was there watching rugby as well. So yes, it can happen. It can happen. Shane says, "Do you have a dog, Dave?" No, Shane, I don't. I did have a dog. I was looking after my sister's dog, who was in the final stages of his life. He was about 3 years away from dying. Unfortunately, my sister got a divorce, and she went and moved to basically it's like a static caravan home. It's like a home, but it hasn't got wheels on it, if you know what I mean. So she can, and it's one of those ones where she can live there 12 months of the year. It's not because some of those you have to move out for a couple of months, but she can stay there all the time. But unfortunately, because of that, she wasn't allowed any animals because it's like a big park, and one of the rules is you're not allowed dogs. So I said I'd take him on. So I did. He was in the last stages of life anyway. He used to be a very active dog, but of course when I had him, he was really slowing down. But that's all right because I'm really slowing down anyway. So we kind of complemented each other. He basically just slept all day and all night. Basically, he only got up to have some food and then went back to sleep again. And then in his last year of life, he was quite quite a handful because he developed quite a few medical problems that needed sorting with pills and medications, and other things were happening, unfortunately, that I won't discuss on a YouTube stream. But other things concerning his health was happening. So starting to go downhill. Obviously, all the way through it, I've been informing my sister what was going on with him, and she regularly came up and had a look at him and she took him to the vets, all the time to see what the situations were. But in the end, unfortunately, he'd reached the end of life. So she took him for the weekend. She did take him to the caravan park for the weekend because she asked the owner if she could, because she explained the situation, and they said, yeah, he can stay for the weekend because on the Monday she then took him to the vets and she had him put down. But he had a nice weekend because she lives down by the seaside. So he had a nice weekend, a couple of little walks across the beach, and then on the Monday she put him down. So yeah, so I had a dog for about 3 years in total. 3 years in total. And then before that, I did have a cat who, oh my God, he was mine. Yes, his name was Kit, and I think there's a video of him on my channel somewhere in the dim and distant past. I named him after the car from Knight Rider, so it was Kitt. And whenever I went to the vets with him, and they said what's his name, and I went, oh, it's Kit. And I went, that's Kitt. And they looked at me like I was a complete nutter, which isn't too far from the truth, to be fair. But yeah, so, and I had him for 19 and a half years. 19 and a half years. And he also was quite a handful in the final year of his life. He had a lot of medical problems, let's put it that way. Needed a lot of medications, and unfortunately he died right in front of me. He basically had a massive heart attack. He was literally I was sitting in my chair and he was sitting right next to me, and he just let out this scream, which if I never hear that scream again from a cat, it won't be too soon. I can't even explain the noise. It was just a noise that you would never associate a cat making. It was horrible. It was like the worst sound you ever heard in like a horror movie and stuff like that. And he just let that out, and he literally just went badoing. It hit the deck, and that was it. He was gone. He was gone. He went instantly. I mean, luckily, he was in the house, so that's good. He didn't decide to go and, like a lot of them do, and they go and disappear in someone's garden and go and die there, and then you never know what's happened to them. He was in the house, so it was fine. And yeah, so he was gone. So I had him for 19 and a half years. Haven't got any pets now. I'm kind of in the situation where I'm thinking to myself, possibly enough is enough. Enough is enough. I've gone through a cat and I've gone through a dog. So I think, I've reached the stage where, possibly enough is enough. And you got to look at it from the perspective of sometimes, especially cats, they can live for like 20 odd years. And so, if I got a cat now, he might actually outlive me. So, and I wouldn't want the thought of him getting uprooted or her getting uprooted and, having to go and live with someone else. So I think I'm probably at the end of my journey with animals. Doesn't mean I won't get an animal in the future. I might get a fish or something, or I don't know, a budgie, something like that. Just something little that I can, have for a while. But as for a cat and a dog, because of the life expectancy, usually about 14, 15 years for a dog, and sometimes 25 years for a cat because they're stubborn little shits and hold on for a long time sometimes. You've got to think, when you're getting on in age yourself, whether it's worth doing. So I think I'm done. I say that, who knows? I might turn up one day with a bloody kitten. Who knows? But in my mind at the moment, I think to myself, I may be done with animals. Yes. Yes. I mean, I've had a lot of animals, lot of animals. Even when I was a kid, there was always some kind of animal. I started the traditional route with a goldfish. I then went on to budgies. I had quite a few budgies, but I also had a tortoise as well. I had a tortoise called Flash. The reason he was called Flash is because he was the fastest tortoise you've ever seen in your life. Honestly, I'm no word of a lie. Fastest I swear he had a jetpack on his shell. He did, because he could run down the garden literally like that, and he was there. Unbelievable. So I had a tortoise. I had him for quite a few years, but unfortunately he also died. He actually died in hibernation, because I used to put him in a box in my bedroom, because they hibernate for about 3 or 4 months during the year. So I put him in a box with a lot of straw in it and whatever. I did that every year for ages, and then this one year I put him in there, and he'd hibernated, and usually they wake up themselves. You hear a bit of rustling in the box and it's like, oh, he's awake. But this year there was nothing, so I just left it a bit longer, thinking, oh, he's just might be sleeping a little bit longer. Left it about another week, another couple of weeks, still nothing from the box. And then eventually, obviously, I had to go and check on him. I mean, you check on tortoises anyway, but you don't. It's not really good to disturb them when they're in hibernation. Hibernation is like a very, very deep sleep, very, very deep sleep. And so I used to check him a couple of times. They're still breathing when they're hibernating, but it's very difficult to actually see them breathing because they retract all the way back into their shell. So you've got their little feet sticking out, and all you can see is. Hello, everybody. Sorry, the stream has gone down, but it has reconnected. Yes, this is my new internet, which apparently does reconnect. So hopefully we're still going, but I had to do a little pause there because I just saw it went into the red. Right, hopefully we're still broadcasting. Let's have a look at the live streaming stat. Make sure I'm still going. Are we still going? It says I'm still live. 1 hour and 4 minutes. 1 hour and 4 minutes. Hopefully we're still going. Hopefully we're still going. Yeah, shout out to England for hiring a German coach to coach them at the World Cup. Get Lance Stroll on this all season. Yes, Lance Stroll. Got to write him down. Lance Stroll. Get Jonathan Ross on this all season's rubbish. Hookster. Hookster. Jonathan Ross. How will the AI robot pronounce the W's? Hookster. The regs allow solid ratings, says Mr. Regala. It's artificial, so they are not exciting, to be honest. I don't think Will likes the regs. No, I don't think he does. Bunch of clowns on X are just mad due to fuck knows what. A lot of them probably lived through 15 years of DRS. Yes. Can you tell, Caledonia? DRS was at least consistent and required driver skill somewhat. This requires driver skill, though. If the thing drops and you cannot make a move there. Not really, to be honest. It's just motorway overtaking. Oh, that Mount F1 2017 was a right old moan. Oh, he was. Yes. Yes. So was a certain man who did a Force India career mode just one season. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. I remember that. I remember that. Well, I think that was the season where his file corrupted and he was on the blower to me going, Dave, you know about career modes. What do I do? I said, there's nothing you can do. I said, because back then, once your file was corrupted on the F1 game, there was no way of recovering it. It was game over, I'm afraid. So I said to him, well, all you can do is restart it. And he said, what am I going to do? I said, just restart it. I said, I'll tell you what you do. It's easy. I said, you just restart it and just do the minimum laps you can get away with, which I think used to be 5 laps back then. I think it's 3 laps, I think now, but 5 laps. I said, just keep doing it until you reach the point where you've caught up with where you were. I said, and then just carry on as normal. I said, that's the only way you can do it. And he's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. But he did it. And nobody noticed, did they? No, nobody noticed, because the points would obviously have been different, but nobody noticed. No, nobody noticed. But yeah, I had that happen to me as well on F1 2016, the actual career mode save actually corrupted. And I think I was 2 seasons in as well, and I had to do the whole thing again, doing 5 lap races and just skipping as many sessions as I could. It still takes a very long time until I caught up to where I was, but that's all you could do. Thankfully, the saves have been a lot more reliable on the F1 games in the past few years. I haven't had a problem. Did he also do 1 career season with MasterCard Loader? Yes, he did. He did, yes. Plynal says, bring back Winfield No, Plynal, no. Goodness, bring back West McLaren. Oh yeah, we can bring back West McLaren. I like that livery. Bring back Benetton Playlife. Yes, I like that livery as well with Alexander Wirtz. Yes, giving it large to Michael Schumacher at Monaco, practically snapping his car in half to stop him trying to get past. That was great. That was. A lot really aren't feeling the 2026 regulations. Damn. No, there is a lot that aren't, Mr. Regara, I must admit. And as I say, I think Spile's going to really show that up. Will isn't feeling the regs. That's because they're absolutely fucking awful. Graham Hill was incredible back then with that Lotus. Yes, he was. The classic cars need to include the following. Life F1, yes. Andrea Moda S921, yes. Pacific PR01, yes. 40 FG041, yes. Lola T97/30, and the Ferrari tractor from 2020. You're quite right. In fact, what I'm going to do there, I'm going to copy that message, and if I can find a Codemasters forum, don't worry, I won't use your Plynal Plessy name. Don't worry, I shall do it as myself. If I can find a Codemasters forum, I'm going to post that in there and say, can we please have these on the classic cars just for a laugh. Caledonia says Fixter's made 2 videos in 2 minutes. Has he really? Fantastic. You know, I've actually got to go and check. I've actually got to go and check, you know, if he has or not. because he has been absolutely pummeling them out. And no, he hasn't. He's the last one he was talking about England, and it's still there. Perhaps he's finally having a day off. Yes. Now I noticed the chat is moving upwards, so I presume that I'm still online. Hopefully. Mr. Will, £2 donation. Thank you very much, sir. 2,000. He wants me to read this out just to make a point, so I'm going to do it. 2026 F1 regs are absolutely awful. A joke, says Mr. Will F. There you go. We'll like that. We'll like that, as Mr. Jimmy Fixit would say. We like that. So there you go. Good God. £2 towards Dave's chippy tea, says Mr. Calladay. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Paddock, come and disqualify this clown for that. As well as the Benetton, I would like to see the Ferrari F2001, the Ferrari F2003, the BAR 06, the Williams FW24, and the Williams FW24 in next year's game. Yes, indeed, Shane. Utter bollocks. I was not going to super chat tonight, but we need one like that. Yes, we do. You're quite right. You're quite right. Nonsense. Super chats are allowed. What super chat? Anyone can do super chat. Yes, they can. Anyone can. Dave needed the £2 or else he would have to fight a seagull for his chippy tea. Yes. Yes, those damn seagulls always snitch my dinner. Unbelievable, those damn seagulls. Go away. Leave my dinner alone. He paid £2 just to lie to us, get him DQ'd. Yes. Fixed has even made videos about the 2021 Belgium Grand Prix. Says, yes, you're right. He has. The Belgian Grand Prix that lasted all of 3 laps. All of 3 laps. Wasn't it like an hour long as well? I can't remember. All I know is there's no way I've been able to sit through his videos this week because there's just been too many. There's just been too many. F1 Sporting. Hang on, let's go to his. Formula One line about the 2021 budget. Yes, 44 minutes long there about something that lasted 3 laps. 3 laps. Yes, 3 laps. Simple analysis proves the 2021 championship was invalid. 1 hour and 11 minutes he's put there. 1 hour and 11 minutes. There you go. Fantastic stuff. Fantastic. And of course we got Martin Brundle again because he just loves his thumbnails with Martin Brundle on them. Brundle contradicts himself when being paid to lie about the 2021 Belgian Grand Prix. That's 55 minutes long. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Corruption. Michael Massey thanks Red Bull for their teamwork in the Belgian parade fraud. Oh my goodness. There's just so many videos. He's just spamming videos out now like anyone's business. Unbelievable. He's spamming so many out that nobody's got time to watch them anymore because, who has got time to watch all these? I think the past week he's been making three a day, something like that anyway. Well, there you go. There's the example. 23 hours ago, 1 day. Actually made 4 in that day, and then 2 days ago he made 2, and 3 days ago he made 4, and then you got 4 days and then 5 days. So he's only making one a day then, but then suddenly he's just exploded. He's just jizzed everywhere. Yes, he's jizzed. God, get that thought out of your head. He's just jizzed everywhere. He has these last couple of days. He's just exploded. Fraud exposed part 1. Fraud exposed part 2. Fraud exposed part 3. How many times is the fraud going to be exposed? Oh my goodness. And of course, his best mate, Andrew Benson. He loves Andrew Benson. Oh my goodness, there he is. Look, he just loves him with so much passion. So much passion for Andrew Benson. It's either Martin Brundle or Andrew Benson. And yes, he's just, oh my goodness. Fantastic. Fantastic. Soon to be broadcasting from a mental asylum near you. Jimmy Fix It. Woo woo! As you Plynal, it's not a lie. F1 Fix has made videos about most Grand Prix that was not normal. He has. He has. He has made 5 videos on it, says Plynal Presley. 5 videos. Oh my goodness. It's just, it was 3 laps long, wasn't it? And that was under the safety car, wasn't it? Oh my goodness. He's certainly got a bee in his bonnet. That's all I can say. It's an old word from the 60s. He's got a bee in his bonnet. He certainly has. A bee in his bonnet. Really got a bee in his bonnet. Wowzers. Maybe Paddock 69 was right about super chats after all. Good grief. And also, if someone else comes here, say he's not right at all. He's bitter, like you today. Oh, the chat's getting spicy. I'm excited for the Belgian Grand Prix this weekend, says Shane. George Russell DNF, hopefully, says Will. Nonetheless, I'm still liking that super chat. Wallace and Gromit, says Shane. George Russell victory, hopefully. Spam. I don't want him to win. Have you watched Wallace and Gromit, Dave? Yes, I have. I think I only watched the first one. Was it The Wrong Trousers? Is that the one? Is that the first one? The Wrong Trousers. I've seen that one. I've not seen the others though. Antonelli win, Russell DNF, Hamilton DNF, says Will F1. TMY is 52, so is he really? Blimey. I must admit, he looks quite young for his age, but 52. I can believe it. I can believe it. It would be nice to get both Brits winning the championship. It definitely would not. Hopefully Leclerc wins, to be honest. Antonelli, best driver of 2026. Russell has been shite mostly, says Will. Yes, he has. For how well George Russell did with Mercedes, him taking a title would possibly feel deserved. Bonjour is hello in French. Yes, it is, Shane. Yes, it is. Taking the leader position in less of a backdoor way than Norris because he actually had to kind of earn it and to make it his. Russell needs to earn it. He's been nowhere near good enough so far in 2026. Norris did not deserve it one bit. Neither McLaren driver did. It's not who deserve it though, it just is, lol. Right. Blimey. Blimey, I hate it when I lose the chat. Lando Norris is the worst champion of all time, says Will. There you go. Fix should make a video on how Max does his shopping at Farm Foods. He should do, yes. He should do. Because he, as we all know, he loves Max Verstappen. Yes. Yes, he loves Max Verstappen. He's not a Max Verstappen hate channel, though. He likes to point that out. No, he's not. He's not. No. You know, and we're seeing Alonso still on that grid winning 2. Never falling for him again. And he'll be 60 on that grid. Yes. Jody Scheckter is the worst champion of all time. Possibly. Lando is a better champion than Jax. I'll go along with that. Only scored 2 points at a rubbish Ferrari in 1980. Disagree, Caledonia. How is Lando Norris the worst champion of all time? Lando Norris is weak. Jody Scheckter actually deserved his title in 1979, and Ferrari finished 10th in the Constructors that year. How is he weak? It's quite obvious, Shane. That's also quite obvious, Shane. What's also quite obvious? Fixed and F1 fanatic rants should have a debate about if flakes belong on ice cream. Oh my goodness. Well, if I was there as well, it would be a very short debate because, yes, of course, flakes belong on ice cream. The 99 flake was my childhood. Yes. Yes, it really was. You'd get this 99 flake, which, as it implied, it was 99p. And you'd get this cone, which was a little bit inedible, tasted a little bit like cardboard, to be fair. You had the ice cream, which was quite possibly the worst ice cream you've probably ever had in your life. There was no taste to it whatsoever. It was horrible. But that was all forgotten because it had a Cadbury's flake shoved in the middle of it. Yes, and that was the thing that made the 99 flake, was the Cadbury's flake shoved in the middle. Now, what I used to do was I used to get my flake and I used to shove it right in that cone. I used to shove it right in the cone so far that it used to be coming out the other end of the cone. Yeah, but the good thing about that was you then got a Cadbury's flake in the middle. You've got the cone around the outside and then a little bit of ice cream, like a little tiny layer of ice cream in the middle. So when you bit into it, you got a free flavour attack. That was the best thing about the 99 flake, I'm telling you. And it was gorgeous. But ingredients separately weren't up to much. They weren't up to scrutiny. No. That cone was, oh my God, cheapest cones you could ever have. And the ice cream was horrible. Yeah, absolutely. It's the cheapest ice cream I could come up with. It was all to do with the flake. Yes. As long as the flake was there, kids of the 1970s were happy. They were happy because they didn't have much else to be happy about. There was no internet. There was no games consoles. Can you imagine a world with no games consoles and no internet? That was me in the 70s. Me in the 70s. Yes. My main entertainment was a colouring book. Yes, that's right, a colouring book. A blank picture and you had to colour it in with crayons. That was my internet. That was my internet. That was my computer game. Yes, a colouring book. I also got a Space 1999 sticker book. Yes, it was the stuff of legend. I wish I'd kept it, but obviously it wouldn't have survived all these years because this was 1975, I think, something like that. So it wouldn't have survived. But oh my God, I had to save up for months to get this sticker book. I got it in W.H. Smith's, I think it was, back when they were somewhere decent to go. And in it, there was like 5 or 6 double pages of scenes from Space 1999. And what you used to get with it were stickers. And you'd have stickers of the Eagle craft. You'd have stickers of like Commander Koenig. But you could put them wherever you wanted to put them in this scene. And yes, oh my God. I can't explain to you youngsters how great that was back in 1976. Yes, I know what you're thinking. That sounds like a load of old toshing crap. Yes, in a way it was, but to me it was magical, absolutely magical. Shane GTP, no, LOL. F1 fanatic rants loves Liam Lawson. Oh my days. F1 Fanatic Rants and Fix need to get in a room together. Well, they can't because Fixed hasn't actually got a body. No, he's just a talking voice box. Yes. In fact, I think Fixed is actually AI. I don't think he's real. I think it's just someone typing all the words in and he's just sprouting them. And they've basically gone to a AI voice platform and gone for Gobby Northern Bloke. That's the one they've gone for. Gobby Northern Bloke, and that is Mr. Fixed. Gotta be. He's not real. He's not a real person, you know. No, not real at all. No. Notice he's never ever done a live stream. Notice he's never had his face on camera. He's not real. He's not real. He's just AI. That's Gobby Northern Bloke. That's all it is. Yeah. And there's someone there just typing all those words in. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. He's a Yorkshireman. What do you mean, no? Fixed and F1 Fanatic Rank need to have a debate about if Santana Sports should come back. Yes, I think it should. Oh, the Scissor Sisters has finally arrived. Oh my goodness. Welcome to the stream. I've got to clean my glass because I can see a big splodge of gunk on them. La 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 la. Now, to all you youngsters, let me tell you something. There's one problem with glasses. Right now, I can't see anything at all. Everything is completely blurred. I can't see the computer screen in front of me. I can't even see this microphone. It's completely blurred because my standard eyes are absolutely gone. Absolutely gone. I literally only don't have glasses on for about a minute, and that's when I wake up. But if I want to do anything, I've got to put the glasses on. But here's the thing that I noticed. Once you wear glasses for a long time, yeah, your eyes seem to look like they've sunk in. I don't know if you've noticed that, but they seem to look like they've sunk in. It's very, very weird. Very, very weird. But right now, I can't see anything. Everything is a complete blur. That's better. Now I can see. Fantastic. You know, I don't see Norris better than Moss, even though he won the championship, so no, it doesn't matter really. The only celebrity that matters says, here he goes, here he goes, here he goes. Good. Also, Jody Scheckter failed to qualify for the 1980 Canadian Grand Prix in a Ferrari. Shane says, Scissor Sisters is here. Yes, Paddock 69 is here. The greatest of all time is here. He's really not the GOAT at all. I started following this channel around 2019 when I saw a video for the Carmen Jorda career. Oh my God. Oh my God. Really? Really? You watched it for the Carmen Jorda career mode. You know, there's one of those videos that I don't know if you've ever seen any of our Elite Racing League stuff that we do on a Monday night. But the leader of the league is a man from America called Joseph. And one of those Carmen Jordan videos he still can't watch to this day. No, he said he got 2 minutes into it and he had to switch it off. Yes, apparently it's one about me tied to a bed and Carmen Jordan's doing unspeakable. I don't know. I can't remember. The drugs have worn off since then. Don't do it, kids. That was a joke. But yes, I can't remember. But apparently, yeah. And he says it's so mentally upsetting that he can't watch anymore. And he never has watched the whole of the video. Yes. Oh dear. Oh dear. Crazy long. Scott Robinson was interviewed on Top of the Pops, the story of 2000, about that rubbish version of We Will Rock You. Brian May and Roger Taylor were on stage doing the performance. Oh dear. Happy. Scissor Sisters says, search up Sausage Party. It's an animated movie, honest. No. You're not getting me twice because you got me last week and I accidentally showed a penis on my stream. Luckily, YouTube didn't see it because it was only there for a few seconds and it was like a little tiny thing on the screen. But no, because I know what sausage party is. I may be old and infirm and about 2 years away from the old folks home, but I have actually found out what sausage party is. Yes, you are correct. It is an animated movie, but that's as far as it goes because it ain't bloody Disney, is it? And Shane, no, 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 don't do it, Shane. Don't look it up. Don't look it up, Shane. Don't. He's trying to trap us, Shane. He's trying to trap us. Don't fall for it. Don't look it up, Shane. Seriously, no. I can't remember if it was him, but one of the 5 members said their version of We Will Rock You was the best because it got to #1 and the original didn't. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah. One problem with that, they didn't actually write it, did they? They just copied it. Yes. So that's not really the same thing, is it? If they'd have written it and got to, yeah, I'd agree with them, but they didn't. They just copied it. And of course, they were really popular at the time. So of course they'd get to #1 with it, wouldn't they? Caledonia says Fix could make a 3-hour video about how Max uses the sync ROM. He could. F1 was a motorsport, yes. I was in the loft this week and found Channel 5 footage from 1997. Oh my goodness. Fantastic. Channel 5. So whatever happened to Channel 5? That used to be a really great channel back in the day. I was always watching stuff on there. I haven't watched anything on Channel 5 for ages. Woo! He was supporting Lionel Messi because he's the GOAT. I have another confession to make. I took the defeat of that England game too seriously and smashed the TV. Oh no! Oh no! No! I have to say, you're not alone because Mr. Dominic Orlando, who, if anyone knows from the ERL, he did the same thing. He took a defeat in a race so badly, he actually went outside and put a dent in his car with his fist. Yes, with his fist. So you're not the only one, but I can't condone people smashing up their TVs. Yes. Although I know it happens a lot. Yes. Guess I'm going to have to save up for another one. Oh, no. Oh, no. The only good thing about that is, because I had to buy one last year, TVs at the moment are cheap as chips. They really are. I think they've reached their highest price point they're ever going to get, and now they're just dropping. They're ending up like microwaves. If everyone remembers microwaves when they first came out, like 200 quid. Now you can get a microwave for like 50 quid. And I think the same is happening with TVs. You can buy a 43-inch 4K TV in Argos. If anyone's watching in America, that's Walmart to you. Same kind of store for £179. Right now, 4K, 43-inch, £179 in Argos. Which I'm sure you'll agree is bloody cheap. Bloody cheap. A little bit like the guy who's supposed to be winning this show, but you know, we've got people putting up Vettel posters and making controversial statements. Before the match started, I was watching the Top Gear Patagonia special H982. I know what you did there. Yes, I like it. I like it indeed. Lionel Messi like TM White Brazil 2008. Paddock 69 robbed for now at least. He's not robbed at all. Unlike Top Gear, FIFA got the football match done. Yes. So, stop feeling bad for him. Yes. Can we watch Alva's video about classic cars are returning to F1 27, says Shane. Well, we can, Shane, but unfortunately I might get copyrighted for it. So go check him out. Go check him out. Yes, classic cars. Returning to F127. Go check out Arava. Dave, please stop talking about the match. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. I know. It's very sad. Very sad. No, he will not. Maybe. I'm not one bit gutted for England. We won't be watching our lovely stuff. Poor Paddock. I guess you don't mind talking about Marina's black rear from Sinbad Legend of the Seas because of that scene where it's, yes, goodness, because of how much you love Marina's black rear from, yes, Shane, yes, absolutely. Good. Marina's what now? What do you mean Marina's what now? Rest in peace. Thank you, Mr. Rugara. Thank you very much. Trying to look for a holiday. I'm losing what little of my hair I have left through the sanity I'm losing trying. There's plenty of places you can go on holiday. Some of the great resorts are still available at a very, very cheap rate. Don't forget, you've got the whole of America you could go to on holiday. Yes, Mr. Trump, he welcomes everyone, so go there. He especially likes people from England. So there's your holiday. There's your holiday. Also, have you forgotten about the sunshine state of Tehran? You could go there for your next holiday. I mean, you know, it's a lovely place to visit. It really is. Good food, good wine, good shows. Just have to watch the rockets flying overhead, but that's just a minor inconvenience, to be honest. But yes, Tehran. The thing is, though, everyone forgets about that favourite vacationing resort, Baghdad. Oh, it's a great place. I'll tell you, the food is astronomical. It really is. And ever since the invasion, Baghdad's sort of been it's been pushed to the side. Really, nobody really talks about Baghdad anymore. But I'll tell you, as a place to go on holiday, you can't be beaten. It really cannot be beaten. Yes. So you don't have any pets, Dave? Nope, not at the moment, Shane. Cats can outlive people. Yes, they can. I'll say mine was 19 and a half when he went. But I know cats that can live till 25 easily. Hookster to buy a puppy on Saturday. Yes, quite possibly, Will. Quite possibly. Yes, because I'm a sucker. Wowzers. That is a madness. So you haven't had pets for a long time? No. The dog died just before COVID. So it was 2019. Yeah, he went in 2019. So yeah, it's been a while now. Been a while. Seems like not. Hello, Matthew7657. Welcome to the stream. Hookster has 16 podiums, including 3 second places in the last ERL games. Last 2 ERL. Well, thank you very much for that information, Matthew. Thank you. See, I've still got it. I'm not a washed up has-been. It's hot in the UK now. Yes, it is. It is. Vote, please, everyone. I'll forward it on to the ERL director. Maybe. Shane says, hopefully it will cool down soon. If you're done with animals, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with TB? Well, TB's not an animal. TB is he's a real person, aren't you, TB? Yeah, he's a real person. He's not an animal. No, not an animal. No. A lot of people say that you're not real, that you're just a stuffed teddy bear, but we don't believe it, do we? No, he doesn't believe it either. As far as he's concerned, he's real, and he's real to me. He's real to me. Yes, and I treat him like a real person. Hence the fact he had some white stuff on top of his head earlier, and I don't know where that actually came from. But what's that on top of your head, TB? Oh, never mind. You know what they say? There's always one good thing about stuffed animals, and that one good thing is it always comes out in the wash. Boom. Lance Stroll, get your sister on this all season's rubbish. Yes, I should do. Lance Stroll. Oh, there we go. First timer is away. Lance Stroll. Glad you're back. What did you mean when you said Marina's what now? I'll let you have a look. Shane GGP is being robbed of victory at the moment. Actually, Caledonia is. Shane, nobody's being robbed. So it's rather bitter. How am I being robbed of victory at the moment? Lance Stroll, an F1 seat. Whoever finishes second, we must put a bid in due to you guys know what. Bring back the orange arrows, says Caledonia F1. Yes, we need the orange arrows back. Fantastic. I used to love that livery. And that was driven by, if I remember rightly, Heinz Harold Fredson. Yes, Heinz Harold Fredson. I did a career mode on Heinz Harold Fredson. Yes. Yes, indeed. Used to be, a lot of people don't know this, but he was the boyfriend of Corinne Schumacher before she, whatever, the relationship ended and she went with Michael. She was actually Heinz Harold Fredson's girlfriend. Yes. Yes, indeed. You heard it here first. Perhaps you didn't because it's all over the internet, but there you go. Forget it, Shane. Happy. Super chats are allowed. Stop moaning. Forget what? Super chats are Dave's income. You got that right. You got that right. He's about to read it as well. Has Fixed managed to link England's bottle job with Abu Dhabi 20? Now, you really shouldn't have said that, should you? Because if he's watching this, and I'm sure he is, because he's a big fan, so I've been told, a big fan. If he's watched that, you know what's going to happen now, don't you? The next video, which will be coming out at his usual time of about 12 minutes past midnight, he's going to be saying that, it was all fixed. It was all fixed. Jimmy also likes something else. Yes. Yes. Jimmy also did like something else. We know. We know. Fixed blames England's result last night on Scotland. Yeah, no doubt he does. His videos lasted longer than the actual race. They did. You're quite right. You're quite right. Yes, yes. If the 2020... Now, talking about Mr. Fix It before I move on, there was a few people that have criticised him because he is peppering his videos with adverts. Sometimes there's 8 sets of adverts going through those videos. And whenever he's playing bits off the F1 website and an advert comes on, and he goes, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry, we're going to fast forward that because I don't want to subject you to the adverts." No, and someone did come on and say, "No, you don't want to subject you to the adverts when you're not getting any money for them, but when you're actually making your videos and putting them out, you're quite happy to subject your public to 8 sets of adverts every single video." Yes. I did like that. I did like that. If the 2021 championship is invalid, then that means Lewis will still have 7 world championships. Yes. Oh God, he has that flag as one of his thumbnails. Yes, that flag. Hope you're now got time to look up Toy Story Retro Roundup and Toy Story 3 Complete Edition. Goodness, Shane. No, Shane GPT. Why goodness? Fix would blame England's exit on Max, but he would. He would. You're right, he would. It was all Max's fault. Yes, all Max's fault. ShaneBot.exe. Have you seen my shorts, Dave, on my channel of Marina's Black Rear from Sinbad? I don't think I've seen your shorts, Shane. No, don't think I've seen your shorts. But I have seen some of your long form videos. Yes. Just when Caledonia is about to go second first, he gets robbed. Wonderful will probably be pissed a lot. He's not robbed. Who's not robbed? Who's not robbed? He's not robbed. Right. Imagine robbing someone in a caterer. I'm glad to find Fix to make him upload 50 videos on this. Yes. Yes. That's what we need. 50 videos about the caterer. Imagine what Fix would have said about the 2027 season. Imagine. Just imagine. Oh my God. Dave will feel right at home with all this robbing given where he lives. You're quite right there. You're quite right there. Yes. No Grand Day Out was the first wallet and got. Oh, okay. Thank you, Shane. Well, I didn't see that one. I saw the wrong trousers or something. So anyway. Bloody heck. Fix would have said that the gravel track was put in a poor place and it's all Verstappen's fault. Yes. The wrong trousers was the second worst. Oh, thank you, Shane. While a close shave was the first Wallet and Gromit film. Thank you. Correct, Shane. £20 has been banked. Goodness. Why are you saying correct to me? Because you correctly said the wrong trousers was the second film. Anyhow, imagine waking up and realising you're fixed. It would be good. You can go back to sleep again. Well, I see what you did there. And I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Someone also said that in his comment section as well. He said, was it something like, are you mentally ill? Or are you getting paid by the government to make all these videos? Which basically was a reference to the fact that he's only making this amount of videos because he's unemployed. Obviously, I don't know his social status, but yeah, I just thought it was quite funny. Yes, well, I did because Dave thought it was the first film, so I told him that Grand Day Out was the first. Yes. Why did Dave get a sticker book when he was in his 40s? No, it wasn't in my fault. It was 76. I was only, Jesus. 69. I was 8 years old. 8 years old. I was. 8 years old. I got me Space 1999 sticker. I'll tell you what, I was as happy as a pig in shit with that sticker book. I really was. Really was. I used to save the stickers and all, only do them at the weekend. Yeah, so during the week, because limited amount of stickers. So I'll only do it at the weekend. Just put my stickers on. And they were those horrible stickers from the 70s where you had to dip them in water and then the back layer would get removed and then you had to take them out very, very carefully out of the water and then you'd stick them on your bit of paper and they'd stick. Yes. The only trouble is, of course, they'd make the paper all soggy. So you ended up with soggy stickers and a soggy sort of printed bit that you put them on. So they wasn't very good. But it was 1976. What do you expect? W.H. Smith didn't really get big in Scotland until they purchased John Menzies. Oh, yes. Liam Lawson is possibly a solid team leader. The glass is getting cleaned. That's what F1 Fanatic Rant said. The glasses aren't the only thing Dave has to regularly clean. Stop it now. Stop it. There's also Wallace and Gromit and the Curse of the Were Rabbit, the first ever feature film made in the franchise. I'm world famous, don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you bloody well know? The Carmen Jordan career mode was prime Hookster. Yes, I agree with you. It was. It was. Thankfully, it slipped under the radar of the Femo, whatever you want to call them. I can't remember. But it slipped under the radar of them because could you imagine me doing that now? Oh my goodness. After all that hassle I had with those Paddock 69 girls. Hi girls. Loving your work. Yeah, I couldn't do it now. Yes. Yes. The feminists would not approve, don't you know? Don't you know? Even though it's supposed to be a joke, you know, some people don't get that. Some people don't get that, no. Then became Wallace and Gromit, a matter of loaf and... Oh, I've known that one. A matter of loaf and death. And Wallace and Gromit, vengeance most foul. Wowzers. Please look it up, Shane. It will give you a break from Marina. Yeah. Please look one up. The Liberal Party conference of 1976. Oh, God. Shane Bot EX is back. The animators of Sausage Party were also appallingly treated as well, so that movie was a huge success all around. All around. Oh, God. Are you asking me to look up the Liberal Party conference of 1977? Cheap as chips. David Dickinson here. Shout out to my sister for making ITF semi-finals whilst watching movies on Netflix. Nice. Nice. Shane, look up the conference of a certain German party. Shane, don't do it. Don't listen to the people in this chat. They are trying to mislead you, Shane, and put you down a very, very dark rabbit hole. Don't you do it, Shane. You stick with me. You stick on the good side, Shane. Yes. You stick to the Luke Skywalker side. Don't you start going down that Darth Vader route. No, I only end in misery and pain, Shane. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't look up anything from 1933, Shane. Trust me. Trust me. Good God, Paddock 69. I'm glad you love Marina's Blackwood. Yes, I do, Shane. Happy. Don't forget that perfect destination, Pyongyang. Yes, Pyongyang. Can't beat it. Nice. So you do know what I mean? Yes, I do, Shane. Also got an ITV2 VHS from 2001, which is very worn out. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. TB is eternal, says Mr. Yes, he is. He's probably mates with Goldie. Kerr Wizard's goldfish. TB is Paddington Bear if he found the white powder. Yes. Now that would improve the next Paddington Bear movie, wasn't it? Wouldn't it? Oh my goodness. Paddington Bear gets off his head on cocaine. What a great title for the next movie. Let's do that. I'm sure the king would find that fascinating and he'd be the first one at the cinema to watch it. Yes. Dave's bedtime alarm. Yes, get in there. So, whatever's video about classic cars returning the F1 game next year is another video you'll get copyright other than Sinbad does. Yes, I can't show other people's videos, Shane, because I get copyrighted. It's not copyrighted, it's because I'm using their content without permission. And what happens is they then get a copyright match which goes to them and it shows up on their YouTube channel and they decide whether they want me to continue using it because they can't be bothered to do it, or they can do a takedown notice where my stream will get taken down. That's what happens. He ain't going to a bed for a while. Fixed. Did you know at 58 Flavio Briatore off Naomi? Did he really? At 58? Well, I'll tell you what. It's getting close to me. I've only got to wait till next April and I'll be able to give Naomi a call myself. Yes. Say, hi Naomi, it's Dave here. I'm also 58. Yes. What's that you say? How much money have I got? Hang on. I'll check my pockets. £4.27. And a curly whirly. Are you still there? Naomi? Naomi? She's bloody gone. Typical. Fix would blame Lewis Hamilton's poor 2025 season on Max. He would. Of course, Caledonia. Pretty knows me lunch. Pretty knows me lunch. Pretty knows me lunch. What if they are ugly? This is true. David's fan is kind of goated. There is no stream without it. Soggy papers. Dave will be used to soggy things. Leave it. He will be. Pretty. Soggy evening times. Paddock 69 is world famous. Paddock 69, where funny, not. We need a Paddock 43 career mode. Oh my God. Could you imagine? The lashback I would get from that if I did a Paddock 43 career mode? Seriously. Come on. Which car would we put her in? Put them in. I'll tell you what. I could do a paddock 43, my team, couldn't I? Because you can get to drive 2 cars, and there's 2 girls in paddock 43. Yes. So I think the only cars that would be fitting for them would be the Aston Martins, wouldn't it? I mean, that would be the epitome of the girls. Yes. So yeah, Aston Martin coming soon. Look out for it. UK political. Oh my days. So what do I mean about Marina's black rear, Dave? They want Shane to search up NAZ. Yes, they do. I don't know. Paddington's Chatham Adventures. Oh my God. Could you imagine Paddington's Chatham Adventures? Yes, yes. Let's go and see Billy the Quid. Yes, Billy the Quid. One of our local residents who actually stops you every time you walk out the front door and goes, all right, mate. All right. All right. Hey, give us a quid. Can you give it? Unfortunately, due to current inflation, he's had to up it now to Billy, give us 2 quid. Yes. So now he goes, all right, mate. All right, mate. All right, mate. Give us 2 quid. Oh, I'm sorry, it's inflation, mate. Inflation, innit? Give us 2 quid, mate. Come on, give us 2 quid. Come on. Yes, Billy the Quid is a well-known local where I live. Yes, yes. He's actually banned from Chatham High Street. He can't actually set foot in any of the shops in Chatham High Street whatsoever because he's a very, very nasty thief. Yes, and he just steals everything. Yes, steals everything. I have met Billy the Quid several times. He's come up to me and asked me for cash, and I said no, fuck off. But yes, he's a very, 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 very nasty piece of work. And in fact, I do believe he conned an old lady out of £32,000 quite a while ago back now. So yes, a very nasty piece of work. But yes, that would be it. Paddington meets Billy the Quid. That would be a great movie. I can't wait to watch that one. Yes. Get R. Kelly on this. No. No, Plynal. No. Get puffed. No. No daddies that are puff either. No. No, no, no. Get Jack Nichols. No. Oh, goodness. Get Hugh Edwards. Oh, whoopsie doo doo on the All Seasons. Yeah. Oh, there we go, everyone. There is the 2-hour timer to tell me we are done. Hugh Edwards. Oh my goodness. What an absolute piece of shit that is, isn't it? Oh my God. What an absolute piece of crap. Seriously. Seriously. There's no words. There's just no words. Yes. Did you know at 58 the Hookster saw Nelson Piquet win his second world championship? Yes. When does the restraining order for Naomi run out? As far as I know, never. I think it's for life. Yes. It says all the time I'm breathing, it's still in place. Hookster is real old. Yes. Pretty. IFF1 backwards. Hookster was 90 when Grampian TV got bought by Scottish TV. Goodness. Billy the Quid. Billy 2. Yes. Billy 2 quid. Yes. Yes. I wonder if there's actually a picture of Billy the Quid online. I very much doubt it, but I will just give it a try. Obviously, it's very local, so I don't think there is. Oh my goodness, there is. There is. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it, everyone. I cannot believe it. There is pictures of Billy the Quid. And here he is, everyone. Yes. There is Billy the Quid. Let's get rid of the chat a minute. There he is. There's Billy the Quid. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh yes. Billy the Quid. And what's even worse is people are actually having tattoos of Billy the Quid on their bodies. Why on earth anyone would want to do that, I do not know. But there he is. There he is, everyone. Billy the Quid. I have met this guy several times, in fact, several times. If you live where I live, you would know Billy the Quid. Absolutely. And I've met him several times. He's come up to me several times before inflation hit and asked me for a quid. And I said, sorry, no, no. But there he is. There he is. Billy the Quid. Billy the Quid. Unbelievable. Absolutely no relation, by the way, to Billy the Kid. Yes. He was an old bloke from the Westerns, wasn't he? No, this is Billy the Quid. Yes, Billy the Quid. Wowzers. Now I've known Billy since he was this picture down here. I remember him when he was that old. This is now a current picture of Billy the Quid. So he's been around a long time. He's been around a long time, mind you. I've lived where I'm living now for the last 30 years. So yeah, but yeah, there he is, the famous Billy the Quid. He'll walk up to you in the street and say, "All right, mate." It was always lend us a quid. It wasn't give us. It was lend us a quid, mate. Lend us a quid. Lend us a quid. So if you lent someone something, the implication is that you will get that money back. But that doesn't work with Billy the Quid. No, you never get your quid back. Your quid's gone. Your quid's gone. Yes, your quid is gone. Oh my God, Billy the Quid. Billy the Quid. Billy 2 quid. So I guess you're glad, Dave, that I'm glad you loved. Yes, I am, Shane. Yes. The Aston Martin would be perfect for the 43 girls. Definitely nothing to do with the vibrations. Do, 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 good vibrations. You're giving me good salutations. Do, do, do. Stop it. It's already writing its own script already, isn't it? Come on. Come on. Wowzers, me trousers. Billy Fix It. God, the timer. Go, Hugh Edwards. Get Phillips. No. I would say rest in peace, Dermot Monaghan, who died last week. He was on Sky News, but also when he was on ITV, he announced the death of Diana. Yes. Rest in peace, Dermot. Rest in peace indeed. I do remember Dermot. He was right back on there, wasn't he, in the Sky News days, but ITV, I remember when he announced the death of Diana. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. And prostate cancer as well, which is one of the most curable cancers if you catch it early enough. Very, very curable. But unfortunately, he didn't catch it early enough, and so he was, is it type 4 that they call the cancers? So yeah, very sad. This is going off. Also, Dermot used to be on a show called Egg. Yeah, I remember that. We need a Billy the Quid career motors. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Billy the Quid. Hookster should host Eggheads. I should. Eggheads. Oh dear. Pretty, pretty, pretty. You should have given him 2 quid. Yes, pretty. Hookster should have gone Eggheads. Yes. He'd have to find 4 other people who'd be willing to join his team. For fuck's sake. Pretty, pretty. He's probably best mates with Fixed. Yeah, he probably is. Damn. Dave Hook, Will, TMY, Paddock and Pessy. Team name, Jimmy didn't fix it. I like that. Look, we've still got Billy the Quid down the bottom of my screen. That's not a sight you need on a Thursday night going into a Friday. No, I guess it's because of how amazing Marina's. Yes, it is, Shane. Enough, Shane, says Donald Plessy. Someone take Shane's phone or computer away. Back in the day, we used to say, someone unplug the internet from this person. Someone pull the Ethernet cable out. Damn. Get CJ from Egghead's Oops on this all seasons. Billy, no teeth. Yeah, he hasn't got any teeth. No, he was well into his drugs. That's why he hasn't got any teeth. Shane, stop talking about Marina's Marlborough. Get Billy the Quid on this all seasons up. Yes. Why are you saying someone take my phone and computer away? Okay, that's it, everyone. We've reached the end of the madness once again. CJ appeared in the weakest link and called his fellow players idiots. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's the end of the show, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me once again. Now it's time. Almost completely cocked that up. What's a Marlboro? It's a cigarette, Shane. A cigarette, mate. Here we go. It's time for tonight's top fans. I can tell you that we have 7 on the list tonight. Here we go. Move that in the middle like that. There we go. Where the bloody hell are they? Oh, here we go. At number 7, Pop Pickers, it is. It's Matthew 7657. At number 6, it is. It's the Scissor Sisters 4369. At number 5, it is. It's Mr. Regala. At number 4, it is Plain Old Pessy. So the top 3 for the top fans tonight. At number 3, it's Shane Coburn 2023. At number 2, it is Caledonia F1, which means our winner once again with no monetary contribution whatsoever, making up the total to number 1. Again, it's Mr. Will F1. Fantastic. The number 1 Yorkshireman in the whole of England. Here he is. Will F1. Thank you so much for playing, everyone. You've been fantastic. And I've got a bit of black stuff on my elbow. Don't know what that is. Oh, it's headphone dust again. It's getting everywhere now. I must get some new headphones. But yes, thank you everyone tonight for joining me for another Hookster Talks. It is, of course, the Spa Frankie Champs circuit this weekend. Spa Frankie Champs. So enjoy the Grand Prix. I can't wait to see them all run out of battery half around a lap. It's going to be great. Right, that's it, everyone. The sponsor on the rim in the Ferrari, top fans. He's a model citizen for Chatham. He is. CJ was mental but hilarious to watch. I'm more famous than P.S. Luton rules, don't you know? Don't you? Yes, you are. You are. Yes. Top 5 run keeps going. Yes, it does. Cater was on the podium again. Caledonia robbed. Wow, I've managed to be on the podium tonight. Well done, Shane. Yes. Almost certain Will is verging towards bankruptcy with his spending in this economy. Yes. Yes, but Will's going to go out fighting. That's what he says. I'm going to go out fighting. Will has a tea making business. He should be all right. Yes, he has. You're quite right. Yes. Will has a tea making business. Yes, Yorkshire tea. Can't beat a bit of Yorkshire tea. Anyway, thank you for joining me tonight, everyone. You have been awesome, as always. And from me and Mr. T.B. the Bear. Madness, says Mr. Bugari. Absolutely, you're right. I've sent you a message on PS Power. Oh, thank you, Mr. Jimbo. I shall get onto that a little bit later on. Yes, a little bit later on. Thank you for that. There you go. And like PS Luton rules, I'll abandon you once the money. Of course you will. It's exactly what he's done. But unfortunately, I've got to say this now. I hope everything's going to be okay for Mr. PS Luton rules, and I mean that sincerely. I'm not joking now, I'm being serious, which is very unusual for me. I hope everything goes okay for Mr. PS Luton rules, because don't forget now, they have now been brought out by Rafa TV. They've brought the race channel as well. Now, usually when that happens, lots of changes come across, because usually they want their own staff to come in, and so there could be a few changes going on the race. But sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, I hope everything goes okay for you, Mr. PS Luton Rules. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone. You've been awesome as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Yes, Jim Bob arrives. Yes. Good night, TV, my favourite bear, and same to you, Dave. Good night to you, Shane. And of course, there will be more later. Yes, yes. My famous all seasons catchphrase at the end of every episode. Yes, thank you very much for that. Yes, yes. I'm off now to complain to SanDisk. Yes, this is a 512 gigabyte flash drive which has failed, and SanDisk have been putting me through the ringer. Yes, they've wanted photographs of said object. They've wanted serial number. I mean, look how small that is. They're supposed to get the serial number of a picture on that, but I did manage to do it, of said object. They've wanted urine samples of me. They've wanted everything imaginable, basically because they don't want to pay out, because it's still under warranty, and so it needs to be replaced. And now they've completely stuffed me, because I've got to send it by UPS parcel service, and there's no UPS drop-off points anywhere near me whatsoever. So thank you, SanDisk, for completely stuffing me up the backside royally. Even though this is under warranty, there's nothing I can do about it but throw it in the bin. Throw it in the bin. Yes, well done. Won't be buying SanDisk anymore. Thank you very much. And thank you to all you tonight for joining me. I'll see you in the next one. I've become a proper diva. Yes, you have. I bought 43 Magnums. 43? Well, that'll last you the weekend. What are you going to do on Monday? 43 Magnums. 43 Magnums. I'll tell you a little story now. It is quite funny, but it's quite sad as well. Some of you probably know, because I've probably mentioned it a few times. This Christmas, we unfortunately had to put my mother into a care home. But we'll forget about that part, because that's the sad part. But we'll go to the funny part, and that is pretty much a year leading up to this, she was still living at home, and she was kind of looking after herself, but kind of not. But here's the funny bit. We found out later that all she was eating was Magnum ice creams, because it was the simplest thing to eat. Because what do you do with Magnum ice cream? You just take the bit of paper off, don't you, and eat it. It needs no preparation whatsoever. And because my mum was in the mental state that she was in, she couldn't actually make a dinner. She couldn't do anything like that. So all she ate was Magnum ice creams. And the local shop she went to literally had to keep restocking with Magnum ice creams, because she was going through the whole of their stock every single week. I mean, I expect they were absolutely thrilled to be, getting rid of so many Magnum ice creams, but we just thought it was quite funny. Even in the midst of, tragedies like mental illness, the fact that she was going around there every week and stocking up on Magnum ice creams, and yes, she was buying them in like 40s and 50s at a time, and that was all she was eating in the last year. Magnum ice creams. I just thought that was quite funny. Now, thankfully, she's in a care home, and she is getting 3 proper meals every single day. So there's no Magnum ice creams every day for your mum anymore. No, she's getting proper food, which is great. That's why she's in the care home. So that's great. But yeah, we just thought it was funny that she was literally just eating Magnum ice creams, because unfortunately when you get in that situation, you go into sort of survival mode, don't you? And that's what she was doing, because mentally she wasn't with it whatsoever. She was completely gone. So yeah, she was buying and eating Magnum ice creams. Fantastic. I got some ice creams to beat the sun. Yes. What? Looks like it's off to part with £7 million for a Sony CD card. Yes, exactly. And the trouble is, when I got this in 2025, it was 31 quid. Wasn't too bad. Now in 2026, due to the RAM crisis and everything else going up, this is now 60 bloody quid. So it's a £60 piece of crap because it doesn't work anymore. I've even been talking to this guy in America trying to accuse me of not checking it properly. I said, my guy, I'm not a newbie to this stuff, you know. I've got 3 programs on my computer telling me this has failed, and you're trying to tell me that, oh, maybe it hasn't, maybe you can just reformat it, he said. I said, my guy, I've already reformatted it 3 times, and every time you do it, it says it's fine, but you can't put anything on it. As soon as you move a file across to it, it disappears off the screen and doesn't put the file on. So it's knackered. And the reason why they're running me through hoops, because I looked it up online, and these have a 57.4% failure rate. It's called the SanDisk Ultra Fit. Now it's very, very good because it actually goes into your laptop USB socket, and there's literally just that bit sticks out from the laptop. You really can't even see it. So it's nice. But here's the problem. Because so much is plugged in and there's no heat dissipation. So these things just absolutely cook themselves. Now I've got another SanDisk over here. This is a 32 gig SanDisk. These are okay because, as you can see, physically they are bigger. Okay, and when you put them into your laptop, you've still got that much sticking out. So that bit gets hot, but it dissipates. Do you see what I mean? It dissipates the heat because that much is sticking out. With the other one, there's only that much sticking out. So all that heat just builds up inside. And they just cook themselves. They've got a 57%, this is what I can't understand, 57% failure rate, and yet they come with a 5-year warranty. Why on earth would you put that on there if you know that they fail that often? But yes, then you come to the tricky bit, trying to get them to actually replace them under warranty. This guy I've been talking to, his name's Jason, he's just been running me through hoops. Any excuse. 3 times now I've sent all the details of the card to them. 3 times now I've done it. I said to him the last time, a very sarky message, I said, you guys are just running rings around me now because you don't want to pay out. No, he said, that's not the case whatsoever. He says, we just like to make sure that we check all possibilities before. I said, you don't need to check any possibilities. I says, it's knackered. You don't, take my word for it. I know there's probably some people out there who are just trying to get a freebie, but I'm not trying to do that. It is knackered. I've got programs telling me it's knackered. It needs replacing. So unfortunately, I've got no UPS near me. I've got no transport either. So it's going to cost me more to send this to a local drop-off centre at UPS than it is for the actual cost of one of these. Because I'd have to get a taxi to the nearest UPS centre, which is absolutely miles away, and a taxi back. And so it's going to cost more. So unfortunately, this is going to have to go in the bin, which is a shame. 31 quid it was. I'll say there's 60 quid now if I wanted to replace it. But yeah, there you go. don't buy SanDisk anymore. I'm not going to. I've got everything I bought with SanDisk. All my cards are SanDisk. I've got loads of memory cards everywhere. All SanDisk. Not doing that no more. Not doing that no more. What? SanDisk ultra shit. Ultra shit. Yeah, they are. These. Here's a public information film for you, everyone. Do not ever buy one of these. Ultra fit. 57% failure rate because they just simply cook themselves to death. 57% failure. If you need an SD card, buy one of these. Buy something that physically comes out from your laptop or your PC so that the heat can dissipate. That's what you need, because these things get very hot anyway. Very hot. But if you can get it so the heat dissipates, then it's a lot better. It's a lot better. But these pieces of crap. I only got it because I liked it, the fact that it was very low profile and you couldn't see it sticking out of your laptop. Because I have a tendency, because I'm very old, of snapping things out of the USB socket. Because I go and move the laptop and put it somewhere and forget that there's a USB hanging out of it. And I usually end up snapping the USB off. So that's why I got that, so that wouldn't happen. But it's fried itself, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, do not buy SanDisk Ultra Fit. I'll show it to you on... Oh, it won't focus anyway. But there it is. Don't buy them. Don't buy them. Don't buy them. Ultra shit. Really are. And that's... I only bought that in 2025. April 2020. So it's lasted just over a year. And it's dead. Hookster should get a hard drive. Yes, I should do. If I could, then I would. I'll go wherever you go. Hookster will have to go back to floppy disk. I think I've gone back to floppy disk now, to be honest. Anyway, SanDisk. Sounds like PlayStation's tech support. Yeah, SanDisk. SanDisk. Oh, PlayStation's tech support. Yes, that's just as bad. Oh my god. Anyway, there you go, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. You have been awesome as always. And I'll catch you again in the next one. Thank you.